Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 60 Football Academy and 60 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling. Welcome to 0 to 60. Happy Friday. Sorry to everybody yesterday about not having a show. We had a pretty big emergency at the gym, but everything worked out. Today is a hell of a show. We've got a newly committed 6'7", 300-pound Xavier Payne, the belly from Florida to the University of Colorado, big offensive lineman, on the show today. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get rolling. Remember that the Super Chats and subs are open. As well as following us all over social media and everything we do. Make sure you follow and like and do all that shit for YouTube. So, Bailey, let's roll.
Matt, happy Friday. We in the building. Lots to talk about. We got the main man, Colorado commit, offensive lineman, Xavier Payne joining the show, Matt. I can't wait to get into it. Can't wait to react to Coach Prime's Big 12 Media Day press conference. And as well as we're going to go a couple different topics across college football. Already from Johnny Sned in the chat, Brett Cole Jack, but okay. You think you can spell
his name right?
Yeah, better commit to Colorado, blah, blah, blah. That would be great for CU too. I hope Brett commits there as well. We're going to discuss several topics across college football, Matt. Topics that I think you're going to find pretty funny. We're going to talk maybe some Mike Gundy in Oklahoma State, him saying that they didn't even take the NIL seriously and portal really seriously until this offseason. That was a really odd and interesting comment that we could discuss. We're going to discuss so much more. Folks, if you're watching, hit that like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family today. Matt, before we bring in our special guest here, I wanted to discuss something. Rick George sat down with DMVR, and he dropped an interesting tidbit that I think you and all old Colorado Buffalo fans would appreciate. Rick George said when talking about Nebraska, we love to every year.
Yeah,
it's good for the game. I'm talking about the classic Buffalo fans who've been there.
I got you.
But Matt, I know how much the rivalry with Nebraska means to you. I know how much you want CU to play them every year. What did seeing this from Rick George mean to you? What are your thoughts?
I mean, immediately after reading it, and again, DNVR, tip of the cap. You guys always do a great job. After reading it, I immediately reposted it and said this needs to happen and tagged him. He's been on the show before. I'll definitely try and get him on again here in the next, month or so. Mason Crosby's on next week, by the way.
Ooh, nice.
The fucking leg, the 9-iron as we call him. Man. So that'll be awesome to get Mason on next week and talk some shop. But I think that this needs to happen for both because I know the other side of the rivalry. I was just in Missouri with my side of the family. They're all Nebraska Cornhuskers. There's Nebraska flags everywhere. All of them. When I went to see you, I broke the mold. Like all my grandparents and all my aunts and uncles and cousins and all the family, they're all Nebraska Communist fans or Cornhusker fans. And I lived in Denver and Santa Cruz and shit. And I didn't like Nebraska and I gravitated more to the black and gold. And the rivalry was personal between me and the team. But it was personal between me and my family.
Right.
Like the entire 90s and early 80s when I actually knew what was going on and my parents would help stoke the rivalry, especially with my aunt Cindy Tomsax, her family all in Omaha, when they would beat us by 3 fucking points the day after Thanksgiving and just by the skin of their fucking teeth every year. Like the 96 game where we lost 16-12 in Lincoln and kicked 4 field goals and had a bunch of turnovers and just couldn't fucking score a touchdown. I get a phone call and they sing that goddamn Big Red song and that's back when we had answering machines and shit. So this is a little different for me. I seriously went to Colorado to beat them and change the trajectory of the rivalry. And I understand that when you look at the history, they've got a lot more wins. But that happened in the 80s and 70s and 60s and shit. I don't have any relevant, like from 89 on, it has been from 86 when they first beat them with McCartney on, it has been an absolute bloodbath when they play each other. And I beat them 3 out of 5 years when I was there, and they won 3 out of 4 overall. And I think it needs to happen every year. It's a really quick drive right down the street. They come to us, we go to them. We can now do it in the when it's nice outside instead of when it's fucking 4 degrees. And I just think it would be good for both fan bases. And there's this narrative in Denver now where everyone's like, oh, well, the CSU game means more. Are you high? I understand weed's legal here, but come on, wait till you get home. CSU is important, but it has nothing and compared to it is a far second pitch in rivalries. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Colorado State is a big game in the state of Colorado. Colorado, Nebraska was a big game in the United States the day after Thanksgiving for fucking years.
Yeah.
So it just means more to the Colorado people. And you know what? It didn't used to mean as much to Nebraska people. They used to look at us like we look at CSU. That's the way they used to look at us. They were annoyed by us. We couldn't beat them. You know, we beat them a couple of times, won a national title, and now we're just annoying, but their real rivals, Oklahoma. Now, everybody I talk to fucking hates us. They despise us. They hate the coaches. They hate the players. They hate the history. They hate 62-36. And that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because now we're on the same level of hate, which is exactly where rivalries need to be in this business. So I think it would be huge for both schools if they played every year, and I hope they figure it out.
I agree with you, Matt. And I think in this era of college football, where we're seeing so much change, so much stuff that's different than what it used to be. I think having tradition, having rivalries like this goes a long way. And I think
that there's a lot of schools that should consider this. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State should play at the beginning of the year every year.
Agreed.
All these rivalries that used to be that are no longer. Like the fact that Pitt and West Virginia have to figure out a way to schedule each other and they're not playing every year is a fucking disaster. Like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? So in college football, for all of its positives, that's one of the things that really I never thought that they would let the rivalries be dictated by money.
Yeah, that's like
everything now is being dictated by money. And college football used to be a little bit more pure than that. I'm not talking about kids getting paid. You know how I feel about that. Get paid, bro. Get your fucking money. Fuck them. That's not, and it's none of the fans' money either. So I don't know why they're worried about it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to rivalries and things of that nature, the fans want to see them. And you could put Colorado, Nebraska in Sports Authority where the Broncos play every year and it would sell out to the tip.
I agree. Yeah, it was electric last year, man. I have no doubt about that. I agree with you. I grew up watching the Apple Cup. Washington and Washington State aren't in the same conference anymore. They're still figuring out how to do that.
They need to play every year. Every year.
Yeah.
They played every year for 100 years, bro. And now you're just like, oh, yeah, fuck you. We're not going to play.
It's crazy to me, man. I mean, that's the thing. I don't understand. Washington and Washington State are figuring it out. Like, they're playing an Apple Cup this
Oregon
season.
and Oregon State figured it out. They're playing at the beginning of the year every year.
So CU and Nebraska, I think, should figure it out too for the sake of both fan bases. We need more tradition, and we need to keep tradition in college football, and I think having this rivalry would do that, Matt. Sticking on the Nebraska train, Matt, before we bring in our special guest, Xavier Payne, Scott Frost made some interesting comments.
Did you hear this?
So Scott Frost, former head coach at Nebraska, now he went back to UCF and is head coach at UCF again. He was asked about what he learned from his time coaching the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and he said, and quote, "Don't take the wrong job."
Oh,
I thought that was an odd, interesting comment. Matt,
no, it's a dick comment. It's a real dick thing to say,
bro. Is he like an alum of the school? Is he from Lincoln?
He fucked it up. He's not only an alum, he won a national title there as a starting quarterback. He's one of their best players ever.
Yeah.
I know that Lawrence Phillips whipped his ass and threw him down some stairs and shit for making his girlfriend, but other than that, he was a really good player. I heard this, and all I can think about is Scott Frost has no accountability whatsoever personally, because I'm just going to go. I'm sorry, Xavier Payne's parents, if you're watching. I'm sorry, everybody that has rabbit ears, but I'm going to get real right now. Scott Frost went to Lincoln and was man-whoring himself out to everything that could walk, was drunk in meetings, was drunk around recruits, was partying his ass off like it was 1997 again, and they were splitting the national title with Michigan. Did not take the job seriously. Let his fucking players and his assistants run amok. There was zero discipline, and that's why he got ran the fuck out of Lincoln. So maybe it was a perfect marriage when it became. He was coming from undefeated UCF. Yeah. He's a former player. I thought it was going to be a fucking match made in heaven, bro. I was like, Nebraska's got it. They're going to fucking their back. God damn it. And when it imploded, remember why it imploded? They had 1 year where they went 3-9 and they lost 8 games by 1 score. Like, they had a really good team that just couldn't get over the hump. You want to know why they couldn't get over the fucking hump? Because this guy was drunk and fucking all of the interns. And he wasn't coaching. And I'm sorry if that hurts everybody's feelings, and like, you can't say a curse word around certain softies in this country, but that's the truth. And it's not, I'm not just saying this. This is not something I was just talking about this with my family that's from Nebraska, and they're all Nebraska fans. They can't stand the fucking guy and don't give his dick in his pants, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, Scott Frost screwed this up, not Nebraska. Nebraska went and hired one of their native sons that won a natty, and it's supposed to be Tom Osborne's guy. So, Scott, a little bit of like look in the mirror, homie, and just point the thumb and not the finger, especially at the fucking fan base that you isolated and fucked over that loved you. You can't ever go back. I can't imagine not being able to go home. Like,
where he played and won. Like,
sexuals that hate me, and there's natural tension because of the business I'm in, and like Brett's probably not going to go to school there, and this fuckboy in the comments is going to beat me up at the tailgate because of it or whatever. That I can't imagine not being welcome home. Like, I can walk right in the Champion Center and just go sit down and start talking shop. Like, that's home. He can't go home. You know how shitty that is? That sucks, dog. And he did that. You fucked this up, Scott, so don't be a prick.
He did it to himself, Matt, and I think
a prick.
I think you you gave a history lesson for those who want the truth about it.
Well, I don't think we're going to be
comments, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I saw these comments. I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Like, come on, Scott, dog. I make sure you pick the right job. What?
I'm like, especially Matt, he played. It's like you just mentioned.
What?
He ain't gonna go back to Lincoln now. Like, how is he supposed to walk in?
Crazy, so it's fucking nuts, dog.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Hey, Matt, hey, hold on real quick before we bring Xavier on.
Okay, Johnny, I'm gonna send you another link here, Matt.
Johnny, chill, bro. You're good. Everything's good. It's not my job to send my recruits to Boulder. It's their job to recruit them.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Okay, so Jackson Roper has got his 7th offer. K-State just offered him. Has CU offered him yet? No. Davis Moon just got Syracuse. CU offered him yet?
No.
Just
public information.
Phoenix State just got Liberty, and Wisconsin's recruited the shit out of him. Did they CU offer him yet?
Not that I know.
No. Nick McChesney, my son, he's going to be a baller. His dad might have been able to play a little bit. They offer him yet? Nope.
Oh, man.
Reese Russell, Matt Russell. Matt Russell won the Buckets.
Yes.
The best linebacker in the fucking country at CU. They offered Reese 16th. They offered Deacon 13th.
Let's
Mike Sanford offered Breck, and he never got re-offered. So just keep that in mind.
Crazy. Also, are you serious?
Mike Sanford offered Breck when he was a freshman in high school at Valor High School 3 years ago when they were 1-11, and he never got re-offered by the school again.
But
he's offered by them, but they never were like, "Hey, we're in here." So come on, man, miss me with this shit. I don't work for Colorado. I played at Colorado and I love the university. And if you got problems, I'll be at the tailgate, dog. And you can come say some shit. That's the thing. Yeah. I was just at Hog Wars this morning. Hog Wars is like this, like this thing in Colorado where all the linemen go and compete and shit, right? And I know there's a ton of like coaches that don't like me and a ton of like all this shit. And they're all eyeballing me, but none of these motherfuckers say anything.
Right, yeah.
So I'll be at the tailgate and you can walk up and we can have a conversation. And if you say the wrong thing, I'll squish your motherfucking head like a grape. Other than that, though, we can get along.
Yeah.
I sent the link to Xavier, so we'll be good here in a second.
Okay, cool. Quick topic.
You see how much, like, I'm trying to get some zen in my life, Bailey, so I don't, like, murder people, because that would suck. Because then, rather than yelling at Johnny, just go Chicago backhand and chill out.
Well said, Matt.
See you in the fall. I'll see you in the fall. See you in the parking lot.
In the chat are crazy.
I disagree. Happy Gilmore accomplished that feat no more than an hour ago.
It's crazy. Matt, quick topic before we bring our main man Xavier Payne in. I don't know if you saw this. Brennan Marion and Sac State are doing all behind the scenes kind of, I'm going to say well-off media type access to Sac State football. This is hilarious. Do that and you won't be going home. Okay. John, are you like 14, homie? Shut up.
I love it, dude. He's getting a lot of run, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Matt, your thoughts on Brennan Marion giving us behind the scenes at Sac State a little bit, kind of how Bucky's done with CU.
Why can't Sac State jump up? Why did they deny it?
That's interesting. They were denying
because the NCAA is a bunch of pricks. That's why. The non-caring assholes of America, as our boy JB says. Period. They've got the money to do it. They've got the players to do it, and they want to do it. Why can't they jump up and join the fucked up Pac-12? It's the state conference. Everybody in there. I don't get this. They're Sac State. Makes sense. What the fuck? Like the NCAA, once again, getting in the way of fucking progression. Just get rid of the NCAA immediately. Why are we still fucking around with these people? They bring nothing to the table. What, are they going to suspend you for selling a championship ring anymore? Nope. No, they can't do anything about we're going to talk about tampering, right, at some point today. They can't do anything about that either because they have no authority. It's like the homeowners association. Like they think they have authority, but you can be like, I'll shoot you if you come on my deck. So it goes both ways. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is Xavier ready to go yet?
I don't see him in the studio yet, but we'll go ahead and bring him on here in a sec. We're definitely going to talk about tampering, Matt, because I think it's interesting. You got Coach Prime, not only Coach Prime, Mike Gundy, several other coaches calling for a salary cap and different things in college football. It's interesting. I think the NCAA might be gone in 5 years, man. I don't know. I just can't. In my head, I can't see a scenario where the NCAA still.
Look, what Coach Prime said, if you have the clip, you can put it up. We'll wait for Xavier to come on. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't come on today, we'll get him on Monday.
Yeah.
The tampering thing, yes, that needs to be dealt with. People under contract should not be getting tampered with.
Agreed.
Cool. Salary cap, cool with that. Honestly, $20 million is not enough. So if you want a salary cap it, let's talk 50, 60 million each team.
Well, Matt, I got to stop you there. Hold on. What's our main man, our special guest?
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I can't wait. This is about to be a great interview. Our main man, class of 2026 from the state of Florida. Our main man, class of 2026, 3-star offensive lineman in Colorado commit. Our main man, Xavier Payne, joins the show. Xavier, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
What's up, big man? That's a hell of a shirt. That looks good on you, too. I like that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, so Xavier, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you. Sorry about yesterday, but thanks for rescheduling. So first and foremost, welcome to the family, and just what's your message to the CU faithful and everybody watching on the big physical specimen that they're getting from the state of Florida?
Man, the only thing I can say is you getting somebody that's gonna come in and day out, work their tail off to get what needs to be done. So I can't promise anything beyond that. I control what I control, but I'm gonna tell y'all I'm gonna give everything I got. That's all I can promise.
I like that. Daily roll.
Absolutely. And in the recruiting process, I think you got to interact with Jordan Seaton, obviously great talent coming from IMG Academy, hell of a player, hell of a true freshman season. What type of impact did Jordan Seaton have on your recruitment? And what was it like getting to interact with him during your visits up at CU?
You know, we interacted very briefly, so it wasn't like a very massive impact, but it was really great to give me insight on the way that he learns the game and the way that they communicate. Because when in the brief, like 15 minutes, we spoke and got on the board together. He went through all the calls on just on specific plays. We specifically worked on some zone stuff, like what they would call to whether it's the boundaries of the field and just how they call it there at CU. So it was great to kind of get in the mind of Jordan and how they work in the room, and the terms that they use. And like he said, I don't know if y'all seen the clip with from the Big 12 Media Day. He like the way that I need to word it when I get to college, and then where we're ultimately trying to go, which is the pros. So it was great to get into that atmosphere with him, 100%.
No.
So, Xavier, you were committed to Florida State for a long time. You're a Florida kid. You got involved with the recruitment, brought you in on an OV, and obviously, your socks were blowing off, and you flipped your commitment to Boulder. Just talk about Coach Prime and Coach Gerard and Gunner and all the guys in the room, and, of course, Jordan Seaton being a huge part of that. But really, what drew you to Colorado and the Rockies?
Man, it's really the biggest thing was how every single person around me has been where I'm trying to go in one form, shape, or another. Like every coach there has coached at the next level, the level that I'm trying to get to, played there, or some sort of, you know what I'm saying? They coached, played, and for a long time. It's not like they spent 1 year there and kind of got booted. Like they had long, meaningful careers, and then they chose to be at Colorado. So that means a lot because that means they obviously believe in and buy into what they got going on there, which is another part of why I chose Colorado, because I truly believe in what we got building and what we got going on at Colorado.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask you about interacting with Colorado's 3 offensive line coaches, Coach Gerard, Coach Hageman, and Coach Gunnar White. What was interacting with them like in the recruiting process, and what are your thoughts on them as you eventually work your way up to Boulder?
Every single one of them. I've known Coach Gerard just from knowing people that I've been connected with. So I've known Coach for a little bit. He's a great person. Obviously, had a great long career in the NFL. Was arguably one of the best to ever do it at his position. Coach Gunner, I've kind of followed him since he was at Jackson State with Prime. He's kind of been in Prime's back pocket. I love him. I love the way he holds his room. And they don't. Yes, on paper he's kind of the main guy, but they run it like a 3-headed monster. They don't have one guy kind of lead. Yes, he's leading the charge, but it's not like a head guy, if that makes sense. They're all very much in sync, and the way they explained it to me, if one of them doesn't like something, they don't do it. They all 3 agree on every single thing, and they make it happen. They're very much in. They speak one language, and that was very, very clear from the moment I stepped on campus. That was their goal, was to speak one language and make it happen.
I love that shit. I played with Coach Gerard up there back in the day, and then played against him, of course, in the NFL for a lot of years, and that's one of the meanest, just nastiest sons of bitches that's ever put on a uniform at CU. So you'll definitely learn a lot from him. You guys, he'll love coaching you after watching your film. So let me ask you this. The business of football has changed drastically in the last 3-4 years. Now you guys have the ability to actually, get paid at 17, 18, 19 years old, which I think is fantastic. I want guys, our life expectancy playing is short, especially big guys. You got to get it when you can get it. I don't know why fans get mad. It's not their fucking money in the first place. So, guys should be lining their pockets if their ability and their work ethic match. You're going to a place where the business of football is upper echelon. The coaches understand it. The players understand it. It is transfer portal central. They bring in great players. I know Coach Prime is talking about the salary cap and all that's well and good, but his guys, the guys that can play, are going to get paid. Just as a freshman coming into this, knowing that for 100 years, guys got stipend checks and didn't get paid a dime. How awesome is it to be in this position, walking into Boulder and a feeder to the National Football League?
And it is a blessing. And that if there's really one word I could use to explain it, it's just a straight blessing. I'm blessed to be my size. I'm blessed to be raised the way I was raised. I'm blessed to be put in this position and blessed to have the opportunity to play at a great institution like the University of Colorado at Boulder, with the coaches that they have. And obviously you got Prime. So that's a blessing in itself, being able to play with somebody that, like I said, has been there, done that at such a high level and did it for so long. So if I had one word to describe it, it would really just be blessing. It's just one massive blessing all rolled into one.
Amen. All right, one more from you, Bailey, and then I'll close it up.
Absolutely. Xavier, I can't thank you enough for joining the show, man. I appreciate you joining. I got to ask you, as an offensive lineman, what's your favorite part about being an offensive lineman, your favorite part about playing O-line? I'm curious from you.
My favorite part of being an offensive lineman is being able to, like, just legally, like my friend said this the other day, and it just explained it just perfectly. Just be able to put somebody under the turf, under the dirt. Be able to just put somebody on the ground and just lay on them and do whatever the hell I want to them. Like, just and like, it's all within the rules of the game, so it's legally allowed to just do whatever I want to somebody. So that 100%, I just love being able to make you feel like you want to quit the game because you just got manhandled.
Fuck yes. I'm glad you're coming to Boulder, big man. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So Coach Prime is a Florida guy. There's a bunch of Florida guys on the team. You're a Florida boy. He always says Florida boys are different. And I played for the Dolphins for a time back in the day, and there were a bunch of Florida boys on the team, and they're a little different. What makes you guys different? I mean, I haven't met a whole lot of Florida boys that can't play. Why is that?
Man, I really don't know. And to be honest with you, I'm not originally a Florida boy. I've only been down here since 2020. I'm originally from upstate New York, the Finger Lakes area.
Really?
So and a lot of people have asked, like, if the cold will be like an issue for me. So like the cold isn't like I can go anywhere and play anywhere in the country, I feel, when it comes to that aspect. But
so are you a Buffalo fan?
No, actually. That's my second favorite team. I like them. Yes, they're cool. Like, my family supports them, so I'll support them. But I'm really a Broncos fan, and I've been one since.
That's awesome.
And actually, my first jersey ever was Von Miller jersey. Because I thought I was a D lineman when I was younger. So
yeah, we all do, brother.
Right, exactly. We all do. We all thought we were at one point or another. But so that was my first jersey, and I kind of, the year they won the Super Bowl, I became a bandwagon, but I haven't jumped off since. So I don't really consider
don't jump off, because we're going to be really good this year. I think Denver's going to be real good.
I think our defense is going to bring us very far.
Well, shit, you're going to be out here this fall. Coach Prime goes to the games all the time. I'm sure you'll be down at the stadium. So
100%. I definitely want to try and make it to at least one or two games for CU this season.
Oh, this is awesome. You see, you learn something new every day on 0 to 60. All right, Xavier, I know you and yours are busy. You and your boys go out there and keep working and finish up the summer and have yourself a great year. Anything you want to say to the Buffalo family and the faithful out there before we let you go?
I want to say thank you for welcoming me with open arms. I'm excited to be here. I'm ready to go.
Amen, brother. Shoulder to shoulder. We appreciate you. And hey, when you get out here, just get a hold of me and we'll get in the lab and we'll get working, bro.
100%. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Right, stay up, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
Talk to you soon. Shout out to the main man. Shout out to 2020. Xavier Payne. Matt, I love his answer. I asked him, what's his favorite part about being an O-lineman? That's exactly why I asked that question, because I knew it was coming. That's awesome.
Under the turf. God damn, you're going to have to bury somebody hard and put them under the fucking turf.
Oh, yeah. No doubt, man.
All right, I got about 5 more minutes, so any more shit we need to talk about, let's talk about it. That was a great fucking interview, man. Make sure you
got a couple moments we'll cut up, yeah.
A little vertical action.
A couple we'll cut up.
Hey, so let me ask this question real quick, okay?
Go ahead.
Because I'm going to bring this up right now, okay? Xavier Payne, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Deacon who? All right, guys, fans, comments, people. Why are you so upset? Why do you act like these kids can't play when they don't pick Colorado? Are you that insecure? Colorado has two all Big 12 players on their line. If they don't get Deacon and Breck and Reese and Moon and Nick and all these other freaks, they're going to be okay. They're going to find other guys. There's linemen everywhere. You can find other guys.
Yes.
If they want to keep the Colorado kids in state, they have to make them a priority. Period. As a Colorado kid from Niwot High School, if Gary Barnett did not make me a priority, I would have gone to Miami or Michigan or Tennessee or UCLA or one of the other 40 fucking offers I had.
Yeah.
They knew I wanted to go there, yes, but they also made it sure that everybody else that when Neuheisel offered me and then went to Washington and then hounded the fuck out of me for 2 years straight to go to Washington and leave my commitment at CU, Gary Barnett and the coaches at Colorado made it a point that every time Neuheisel called me, they called me twice. Every time Neuheisel came into Denver to see me, Barnett was at my house the next day to make sure that I didn't get sweet talked by Tricky Ricky.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, the asset they have in me down the street, they don't utilize it the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And if they did, maybe things would be different. I'm just saying strictly from I get the guys first. I knew Breck would be Breck. That's why Mike Sanford offered him when he was 14 years old at Valor before he even went to IMG. That was there's Mike Sanford stepping up and fucking doing it first. But if you don't offer Deacon until rep 13 and he's right down the street, but you've known about him since he was a tyke, that says something. Reese Russell, that says something. Jackson Roper still hasn't been offered, but A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, fucking Kansas State, CSU, Oklahoma, they all offered him. Why are we waiting on him? So don't sit here and act like that doesn't mean something just because your fucking feelings are hurt because your favorite player went to a different school, you pussy.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this shit. And I'm also tired of this fucking narrative. Like, you motherfuckers are going to say something to me when you see me.
Oh, yeah. That shit I wouldn't even entertain. It's ridiculous.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
So if you want to get the players, there's a way to do it. Don't just assume that every kid in Colorado is just going to stay home because they're in Colorado already. A lot of these guys want to leave to go see what else is out there. The SEC is very appealing because they give a fuck about football.
Mm-hmm.
They sell out every week. They care. They're not going to turn on you if you have one bad game.
Yeah.
It's football culture down there. It's oh, well, we're good this year, so I guess I'll go to Folsom instead, or I might go skiing.
See, it's not like that.
I'll go to the game to get drunk and party, but I don't really give a fuck.
It ain't like that in the South.
It's not the way it works, man. You got to stop.
No matter what.
And I'm tired of it. Like, just because the kid goes to 6-0 and he's from Colorado, that I should send him to Boulder. I would love to. That's why I always present them to the guys in Boulder first. Every single fucking time. And everybody here still has got this stupid bullshit narrative like, oh, well, Matt doesn't want him to go there. But if you're sitting here asking me, first of all, I don't care where they go. It's their decision. I'm going to give them my opinion. You can't sit here and tell me that Bill Beatonbaugh in Oklahoma isn't a good decision.
Or Coach Cap and Bama.
That's what I don't get at all. Best in CSU over CU, I probably would look at him and go, are you fucking crazy? But he didn't. He picked Bill Beatonbaugh in Oklahoma.
Exactly.
So come on, man. I mean, I love my university and I want them to do well. And I'd love for Dre to coach all these guys. And I want Coach Prime to win every game. And I'll be there for every home game. And all you fucking telephone tough guys and guys that type everything out, we can have a conversation when you see me on the field. But until then, if you want to recruit the kids in Colorado, get on them early. Listen to me when I tell you somebody can play at that level. Or don't bitch when they go to Michigan or fucking Stanford or Alabama or Texas A&M or Cal or fucking West Virginia these are just all guys that I placed throughout the fucking years that are all now in the NFL or their senior year at these places that all should be in Boulder. You could put together a fucking all-star team of all the kids in the goddamn Front Range if you just made them priority. And I'm not attacking Coach Prime or the Prime Sexuals or all the other fucking morons that just jumped on the bandwagon 3 years ago when he got hired. I'm not attacking you. I'm stating something that I've been saying for 15 motherfucking years through 5 different head coaches. And Bailey knows it because I've been on JB's show for 5 years talking about this very same thing.
Exactly.
So if you want things to change in your own backyard, maybe put a fence around it and fucking start managing it a little bit better. Or watch all the talent leave, and then you got to play it. Fuck. K-State just offered Roper. Who do we play last? And who's our natural rival now in Colorado? K-State.
Yeah.
And they're doing a great job of assaulting the Front Range and they just got Stonebreaker. They're taking Roper. They're fucking Ochoa just went to Nebraska. Do you think I like sending guys to Nebraska? Yeah, it's good for them. Sucks for me. Makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
For about 5 minutes. And then I
understand.
realized that this is the business I'm in, and all you fucking novices, all your opinions mean dick.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So enjoy your day. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I'm glad Xavier's coming in. I'm looking forward to working with him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Great interview with the
Anything
main
else
man.
you need to talk about? Any of these other crying apologists that I need to deal with here today?
No, Matt, we're going to save all of our reactions to Colorado and Coach Prime's Big 12 Media Day for Monday. All of you folks, we're going to react to that on Monday, but this has been a great interview with the main man, class of 26, Colorado commit, Xavier Payne, the main man. I really like that interview. I really like what he had to say. Like I mentioned, favorite part was his response to when I asked him, what's his favorite part about being an offensive lineman? Because CU needs more nasty like that. So I'm happy with that. Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, everybody have a great day. And if you got offended, I was directly talking to you.
Have a great weekend.
I'm not
folks.
sorry in any way, shape, or form. I was actually want you to know that if you were offended by what I just said, I am 100% unequivocally talking to your bitch ass. Have a great day. We'll be back on Monday.